making this video right quick though, man, because I came on this board or whatnot. Well, this video is going to be about will women date a man with no car? Now, we already pretty much know there's a lot of women out there that says that the man doesn't have a car, she's not going to date him. But there's other ways to get around as far as transportation, like a cab, which not in this day and age is going to cost too much. The bus, which a woman is not going to take, because most of these women think, the majority of them think that they're too good for that, right? So, and I know having a car is a good thing as far as being able to take your woman out and be able to see her when you want to see her and things of that nature, you know. And of course, these women like men that are independent and things of that nature. But sometimes, you know, you might be at a point in your life where you're trying your best to do your thing and get your shit tight and get it together. And you know, you might even be in a worse place in your life, whereas you might be doing everything late in life. But these women are just the majority of them are very, very shallow. And let's get to the topic. Okay, I'm reading some of these comments on this board about dating a guy without a car. And the woman has a car. Women seem to have got it in their heads, or maybe they've been taught from day one that a man's supposed to do everything for them, but they're not supposed to do anything for the man. So let's read this right quick. And clear this up for me. I want the ladies to respond to things of that nature. Let me know what the deal is. Alright, people, let me read this one comment right quick. These comments sound crazy. They are shallow as fuck. Want the truth, okay? I'm sick of a lot of guys who rely on others for rides when it's not their gas. To drive them around as if I were a taxi service to them. And asking to borrow my car, what nerve. My God, at first I was superficial about having a car, but now it's a whole new meaning. For once it would be nice to have them pick me up. Have them pay for the gas, and etc. I have had my car since I was 18. And yes, I rely on my car to get me to work and back on time, and to do my errands, and I come and go when I please. I've come across so many freeloaders these days, it's not even funny anymore. It's pathetic. So a man is a freeloader because he says, let's go out on a date, and he's a freeloader. If I go out on a date with a female and I don't have a car, and I pay for everything, and I give her put gas in her tank afterwards to pay for taking me out or taking us out, then what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I mean, a dude could be in the process of saving up for his car or anything. You never know what might happen. A guy could get into a car accident. His car could get stolen. Anything could happen. Things happen. So when these women sit up here and talk about a man has to have this and that and this and that and this and that, or I'm not going to deal with him, that's bullshit. That's stupid. All right. Now, if you want a man that has all these things, that's all fine and dandy. That's your preference. That's your thing. But it's stupid to me because you can miss out on a lot of dudes. A lot of decent guys, just because you're judging them based on some material shit. But let's read this next one. I think I've kind of over half a dozen. Oh, this guy is talking about the fact that I think I've kind of half a dozen women on this thread whom I've never had a chance with because I don't drive and I don't have a car. Anyone want to know why? Because they don't give blind people driver's licenses. I'm not gonna read the full comment, but I might just put this thread up in the video so y'all can read this shit for yourselves. Some of these comments is crazy, dude. So listen to this comment right here. I'll read this one to y'all right quick. I totally agree with your thoughts on men without cars, Sass. Why would men without cars even consider dating a woman who lives more than 3 blocks away? It's totally useless to meet a man who lives far away, as number one, you'd never get to see each other unless he was willing to hop on the GO train, visit for a few hours, and hop on the GO train and go back home. It's just a waste of time and energy. Now, if the woman lived in Toronto, to me, it would still be bizarre to picture this. I don't even want to read all these fucking comments, man. This other comment up here, though, is insanity. I would not date a man who did not share responsibilities in normal dating life. I would not date someone who, in my opinion, lacked the qualities of being a leader, being independent, being responsible, and acting as a man should. Men desire women who know how to be women. Why should women expect a man to be a man? Not expect a man to be a man. I have much to bring to the table. My own home. I have a career. I am independent. So this is what we're dealing with, these so-called independent women. So why would I wish to date someone who could not jump in a car and come to my rescue in the event of an emergency, like a mouse or something? Laugh out loud. How romantic would it be for a guy to say, okay, honey, I will be right there after I like my 10-speed, after I take the GO. Can we all grow up now? I have male friends who live blah, 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 and this and that and other. Okay, dating a guy with no car. I have been contacted by men who don't have cars. My first thought is normally, then why are you emailing me? What happened to the men with jobs, the men with cars who picked up women for dates? I, for one. So this woman basically expects a man to do everything for her and all that. So you got to watch out for this type of female, because I'm going to tell you right now, and she's just so-called, and these independent women are the worst. They're the worst types. They're the worst types, okay? And it's just to an extent where it's like, okay, you get this woman, right? And, okay, you got a car, you got all this stuff, right? So let's say tomorrow you lose your job, you lose your car, you lose everything. Then what? What does she do then? Is she going to dump you? Is she gonna say, I don't want you no more because you ain't got a car? That's the question you have to stop to ask yourself when you're dealing with these type of women, because it's like you're dealing with a woman. This sounds to me like it's a materialistic woman, materialistic ass bitch, and you know, it's insanity. This entire comment is just wow. I can't believe it. But at any rate, there's plenty of reasons, or plenty of different reasons why a man will not have a car, you know. Now, I admit there's some guys out there that's probably just sitting around on their ass expecting a woman to do everything for them, but that's not all men. I mean, come on now. Everyone goes through hard times. Everybody has different reasons for not having this and that or whatnot. But at any rate, these type of women are not the type of women that you want to date any motherfucking way. Because I've seen couples on buses. I've seen couples that take cabs. There's different things of transportation. You got cab. You got what if the man had a cab? What if a man came to pick you up in a cab? That's expensive as fuck. What if he did that? What about the bus? So there's plenty of different transport things that you can do for transportation. What's wrong with taking a bus? Where did these women get this mindset from? Where did they get it from? You know, so there's a lot of evil, shallow women out there. And I would personally, even if I was successful, I was a millionaire, and I had all my shit tight as fuck, I still wouldn't want to deal with these hoes, man. Well, why would you want to be with somebody like that? So the question to the ladies or the women is, would you date a man with no car? If you don't date, if you say you want to date a man with no car, that's your preference. That's your thing. That's you. That's how you choose your man. You know. So, and I'm not against women going with what they want to be with, or being with a certain type of man, and going with whatever. Because whatever I figure, if you was taught to be a certain, if you learn whatever you learned your values from, whichever way how you was taught and how you was brought up. If you was brought up to be materialistic, if you was brought up to be independent, and a woman so independent that she doesn't need no man or none of that, if you was taught to despise or hate certain types of men that don't have this or don't have that, or don't act this way, don't act that way, that's your thing. So whatever your preference is, that's your preference. I don't care. But I just want to get y'all thoughts on this particular topic. I want to see what the deal is as far as how the women feel about men with no cars and stuff like that. And I want the men to give me their experiences as far as, what do you think about what was your experience? Have you ever dated a woman? Have you ever asked a woman out on a date that you didn't have a car? You know, did she have a car? If she had, I figure if the woman got a car, then y'all still are, y'all all right. But for what a woman, it's like a man has to be able to do everything. You know, in her mind, I guess it's something. I guess it goes like, you know, I'm not about to. He should be doing for me. I'm not going to do anything for him. Period. At all. I'm not going to become picking him up. I'm not doing that. Now that doesn't say that all women out there. There's some women out there that will gladly come and pick up their men, take them around, go out on dates and stuff like that. And those are the type of women probably most likely are the best ones, the ones that do. You know, because that's what love is all about. Anyway, love is about doing for somebody. Love is about doing for somebody. Love is about you know, just doing for people, you know what I'm saying? And not expecting anything in return, you know. But it all depends on what type of woman you're dealing with. I'm dealing with a female, right? I'm not really dealing with her. But I know I'm at a point now where it's like I got to ask her out. So how do I ask her out on a date if I don't have a car? I don't have a car, so what do I do? You know, how she gonna respond to that? And she seemed like the type of female that's independent and all this crap, and she just seemed like that type of female. And I always thought of her as being stuck up and conceited, but I could be wrong. And the way she carries herself is just, you know, it's hard for me to explain, but she don't, you know, it could go bad. So this is the type of female that pretty much, I'm pretty sure she gets lots of different men. She has probably hundreds of thousands of different men calling her and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, if you got a guy that's making 30 grand a year, you got like about 100 other men making 100 grand a year that got cars and money and houses and shit. I mean, why would she deal with you when she can deal with the ones that got everything? So, I mean, I don't want to talk negative because I'm really trying to keep a positive mindset about this when I'm dealing with her. Because if I'm not confident and I got negative thoughts, I'm gonna fuck it up. You know, I don't want to come off to her as insecure or negative. But at some point, I'm gonna have to ask her out and tell her. You know, I'm gonna have to tell her the truth about myself. And you know, if you can't be honest with a female about who you are and have her accept you, then what's the point? Now, I know that all women are not materialistic, and I know that when it boils down to it, you know, it's all about who you are, the person, the personality, and things of that nature. Because when you get to know a woman, and a woman gets to a point where she's feeling for you, she's probably not going to care about all that. But there's a lot of materialistic women out there, and you get these so-called women that got all this stuff that say they're independent. They're not going to even want to deal with you. They're not going to want nothing to do with you unless you got everything. So my whole thing is like, when you're dealing with a woman like that, what happens when you lose everything? I seen a video, and this video, this guy, this man, Had was married to this woman. He lost his job, and the woman said she had no respect for him. They stopped sleeping in the same bed together. She didn't have no respect for him no more. It's like she didn't even want him no more. She didn't even want him no more because he didn't have a job. So her entire, and she didn't love him. I guess her entire thing was, she didn't love him. What was the relationship based on? Why was she even married to the guy? If you're going to marry a man for material shit, what's the point? Maybe y'all can break it down a little bit clearer than I did in this video. But closing out this video, would you date a man, if you're a woman, would you date a man with no car? And that's pretty much what the video is about, dating men with no cars. And I'm about to shut this shit on out. I'm out.